Hello and welcome. Back to pick out a little bit of this code. Let's try and fix my camera. Alright, so this time we're going to pick out a little bit of the server-side code. I've been sort of picking at it and implementing ways that I can um, implement my logs that I've been creating. And so been um, I've been looking at way of implementing these. So we're going to go ahead and test these out later once they kick off. For right now, I'm just picking out a little server-side code here for implementing a server vote incentive. So what this is just basically whenever my players vote for my server, if they get, say, if the server gets 100 votes, and when I say 100 votes, each player can vote 5 times, or can vote on 5 links. So if 5 people vote on all 5 links, then that's 5 times 5, that's 25 votes. So if you get 20 people voting, there's an event. But, so, and here I just want to basically kick off and let people know that an event happened. So in here, I would just be looking to throw up a message, maybe saying something like, something in here for the, shit, what do I want to say here? Some kind of event, but then state that maybe? Oh, sure, why not? Sure, we'll do this, and then that way when the event gets started and kicks off, it's going to itself, if I go into it, it itself is going to send a start message. So essentially before that, it's going to say, alert, a voting incentive has happened, ... You will now receive double XP on games, or on all games, or you will now receive double points for incentives, and yada yada yada, something along those lines. Cool. But now I've been trying to run through all of my code individually, and bit for bit, I'm looking to add logs, basically. So I want to be able to know when different things happen, like errors or specifics. What am I looking for here? I'm looking for ground items, because position, spawn, position, move, disappear, disappear, here. So disappear. This is Mm. So here I'm just looking to log the item that expires from the world, or the one that disappears from the world. So I'm going to log the say item expired, pass in the item ID, put in the XYZ of it, um, so that I can keep track of where it logged, where it dropped, or where it was when it disappeared, as well as I want to be able to say that it was dropped by um, whoever dropped it. And then we're going to post that log. So I need to come up here, ground item, implements Vonear log client. There we go. So now I can create that, and where is it at? Disappears. Disappears. So now I can create a log for it to disappear, make sure that it's an expiration log, and then just say uh, post it. Posting it, if you're wondering, just simply takes an HTTP client, creates a request, makes a post, um, makes a post, which is an HTTP post, which takes in a URL of our backend service. Because if we look at our backend service, well, actually I need to add a few of these in there. I think I'm just going to copy from there. Just going to copy that from there. General log, where did I copy from? Okay, so I go to the general. Copy the general. Go into here. Drop these in. I'm doing this just so that they're the same. Just so that they're the same on the server and the back end, so that when I pass an HTTP, it can map it properly. But this is our service that is run shared. Our log service is something that's running on 8083. So our Boneyard log client is going on 8083 to make these posts to log and to bugs. I have a bug one in there as well because I want my players to be able to report a bug from in-game. I'll be writing that command later. But right now I'm trying to write in all the spots potential logging information where I may want to keep track of what is going on. So I could keep track here of when a lot of people pick items up, but I don't necessarily care. Yeah, I really don't care enough to pick that up. Okay. This could have been a better place to have put some of that, but whatever. It's also used in quite a few places. Alright, so essentially this part here, when the sale happens, is going to send the sale receipt to my database, but now I'm also going to be sending a log to the database of something that happened. Because I want to be able to be logging not only item sales and trade post. I have a way that I'm already doing logs for player trade. I managed to do that early before I went live. But now, next, so because I'm throwing a log here, we're going to go in and create a log here that we're going to Alright guys, I gotta run to the bathroom right quick, so I'll be back in just a moment. Alright, I'm back. Sorry about that. So let's continue on with our project here. And we're going to create import you, import you, import you. Alright, so this is going to know yes, because it's saving the player. Okay, so it's saving. Okay. This is going to be so I'm going to make a way of saving so I'm going to change this out here to player saved, and the message is basically going to be well, you got a get message, and then I'm going to post the log. Shit, okay. This is being handled in a static sense. Oh, what am I doing here? Why am I doing this? Why am I making a new object mapper every time? What is wrong with me? Um, yeah, maybe. I got 3 other problems. Post and skills. Alright, access you statically. I'm getting really tired. Access you statically. Here. Access you statically. Should be able to rebuild the project. And this is a project that I'm actively running. Just give it a second to rebuild. Yeah, that's what I figured. Okay. So. Yeah. Fuck me. Alright, so we'll come back into here. Go down to this. Post that on statically. Of course, I added this into a few different places, and then I need to go and correct it. I just changed it up from static to from a non-static reference to a static reference. So now I gotta run through the areas that I had changed this or set this up, which unfortunately is quite a few. Woohoo! So into servers, into networks, into decoders, into here, into here, into packets, into handlers, into here, 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 out, here. Alright, so we need to access this shit. Access this shit statically. Okay, where else are you? Okay, well. Okay, I'm gonna try rebuilding this again and see if this goes over better. Hotspot failed, but it built. So that's all that matters, is the fact that it built. Sorry, just getting a little warm. Alright, so all I cared about there was the fact that it actually worked. I don't really care that it failed, because I could just reboot it and work. Okay, so where else am I looking at log messages, Mike? I'm trying to see where else I want to implement these logging, this logging net, because now that my backend is set up to accept logs and bugs, I want to be able to start posting these. So I've been running through and making these log VTOs, log messages, and posting them off. So now I'm looking to see where else I need to log stuff. I don't really worry about that because that's usually stuff that I see into the console anyway when I'm loading. Okay, well, I'm gonna go ahead and say I got enough stuff to log in for now. There we go. Alright, so that has that the same. My logs should be getting logged, and I'll be able to view them. and that will log those all off to our log database. Which will sit up in the Boneyard log table, which just simply consists of log data, log type. We're just gonna run this and see what goes, what doesn't. Of course, all of these are going to be started up on fucking individual tabs and not your actual services. Fuck you. These should all be starting here individually, which is supposed to give me. Fuck you. This is how it's supposed to start. This is why I like the services tab when they run up, because you'll see that they're starting up here and they're giving me their port ID on the right hand side there, which is extremely useful when you're looking to manage multiple services within microservice architecture. So I generally tell people that I highly recommend them getting the Ultimate Edition, because I can also see here, for example, that one service is not running. I want to say it's my Discord service. Yeah, port 84, because we have port 81, 82, 83, 5, and 6, but no 4. So we're gonna run this service, which is now gonna come up. Although all services, you see for some reason, one of my services becomes gray. I believe that is due to limitations. I'm not 100% sure. If anybody does know the answer to that, please let me know. I just have a feeling that it is due to a NMN restriction. But again, not 100%. Okay, so what are we looking to do next? If you're wondering, I'm just looking to fix the other page that happened to say that there was zero, or it just says there are logs in the database, when it theoretically should be saying that there are zero or there is a number. Um, so like here, there, now it says there are zero logs in the database. Before it was just saying that there are currently logs in the database. Because my dashboard, I want it to be able to give me some heads up information. So I want to be able to do things like telling me how many logs there are, how many bugs there are, how many players there are, maybe tell me how many items are in the database, tell me how much equipment is in the database, kind of give me some heads up information like that, maybe how many shops there are in the game, maybe specific information like that. Later on, I'll go into an economy tab, which will tell me things like, hey, there is, you can search for items by name, and they kind of come back and tell me how many are in the economy. And then as well as to be able to do a search and be able to tell me how many players have said items and said in their, and whether or not they're in what inventory of the player. Like I have some pretty high plans for this, and you'll see that unfold as we come if you follow me as we go. And where none of this code is technically going to be public or available, if you're following with me, it would be nothing for you to just take the code that I'm writing and slap it into your own project, but that is completely up to you. I am not open sourcing this because it is a private project that is technically in a production state. However, that said, again, you're more than welcome to copy some of my backend code if you happen to want to watch all of my live streams and like pause it throughout the way as you go. I'd like to know why that one's gray. Hmm. I don't want to be like moving them. I don't know. Yeah. So it makes it very easy to jump to things. I really like the service tab. I'm just not 100% sure why this one is gray. I just assume that it has something to do. I assume that it has something to do with limitations. Anyway, so let's have another look at so our admin dashboard now is going to be able to get a list of all of our logs. Theoretically, I could do the same thing. These being bug DTOs. This being bugs. call this bug list, call this log list, log list, log list. Whoop. I'm gonna go ahead and duplicate that. Go into the bug list because we want bugs, not bugs. Alright, there we go. So now we're getting bugs. So I'm going to copy that. We're going to come into here and go bug list, and this is going to be total bugs. Now we're going to also come in here, duplicate this, and we're going to call this total bugs. What? Total bugs. There we go. So now we can come back into our dashboard status here. We can do this. There are currently total bugs 0. Bug reports. Alright, now let's read on that website again. Okay. So I should have put a break in there. So now we'll stick a couple breaks in there. We'll reload this and see what that looks like. That looks a little bit better. Not professional, but better. We will go ahead and make that prettier as we go. We'll set up some GUIs and graphics and yada yada yada. But that is later on. Right now I'm still trying to mimic the rest of my services so that we can break down this monolithic. All right. So, we're going to have to make a notification service. Now, this will be something that will be listening for notification events so that we can post things. So that way, like, if a bug comes in and and we log it to the database, we then want to analyze said bug or bug report, and I want to make sure if it's just a general bug report, whatever, post it to our staff chat, or post it to our staff so that all of our staff can see this bug that's been reported and somebody can tackle it. Same idea with a help ticket. If somebody needs help in game, I'm going to be doing a notification that logs said help ticket, but also takes advantage of notification system, which posts to our. I'm going to have it send a webhook to our staff chat and send us a more or less a ping. If it's a player report, I'm going to have that sent directly to developers, not all of the staff, so that way we know that the players are going to be, because sometimes maybe the player is reporting the staff member, but maybe they're uncomfortable about doing that because they don't want the staff member to see it. So we want to make a way that assures them if they report a staff member or a player, that it comes directly to the development team rather than staff team. However, I want to also implement a way that if they're looking to specifically report a staff member, then it's going to go to me personally directly versus going to anywhere else. Because maybe they're looking to report a developer to me. They want to report a staff member. So I want to have a way to be more personal with my people. Same thing with when they report bugs. I'm going to want to have it so that they can just check off, my developers can just check off a bug list that's done. When we go into our bug reports and we get the list of bug reports, I'm going to have an extra column which is just going to be complete, or like probably just complete, so that way, or maybe I might just have a view, which then we can go into the ticket and view more information, maybe log some information, add some notes, keep track of the bug ticket, and then when it's completed, I want to be able to just click a button, have it basically update and remove it from the database, and then send a post message to our Discord, so that it can go into like a dev blog channel, and I want my players to be able to then know that, oh, look at that, somebody completed a bug. Whether it be Glave has completed a bug, Z has completed a bug, Crack has completed a bug, as long as one of somebody from the development team completes a bug, they can check it off that it's done and take care of it. If a help ticket comes in, because a player happens to need help, maybe they're stuck, maybe they need some assistance with a quest, maybe they need some sort of player assistance because of some sort of thing that they found in the game that they want help with. These are messages that, or alerts that I'm going to have come into the staff chat, but specifically ping moderators, because something like that would be something that more of my moderation team would be looking to take it, as opposed to my administration team, because my administration team are typically people that are more in with the development side, advertisement side, and we're usually pretty busy coming up with some content and some marketing strategies and different things like that. So we're going to try to primarily ping the ones, and the best part about this is that I'm going to make it so that when it pings it, there's going to be a button on there where they can claim it. And that way, if a help ticket comes out and it's not claimed within, say, 5 minutes, I'm going to have that disregard and remove that message and instead send a ping message to the administration team then, um, because we want, I don't know, I feel like if my players are reaching out for help, if they don't get it from my moderator team in 5 minutes, I want them to be able to reach out to somebody higher up than me. So essentially, it's going to go through sort of a chain. If it's not answered by a moderation or a mod in the first 5 minutes, it's going to go on and get ping off my admins. If my admins can't handle that within 10 minutes, then it's going to go delete that message and send me a direct message in my DM. At which point I will action it personally, and I just happen to hope it doesn't come to that because I'm hoping that my team is going to have my back. They are pretty quick, they are pretty good, they are pretty professional, so like I have some hopes in them. But that's all stuff to come. I'm actually going to wrap this up because it's rather late. It's currently like 3 in the morning for me right now, but I did want to just come on and pick at some code tonight before going to bed. So we put about an hour's worth of code in tonight. This is the 6th video. I try to keep that about 2 hours of video. So we're essentially at about, what, 5 videos, 2 hours, 10 hours. This one here's a lot of ones. So we're about 11 hours in to breaking down a monolith. And I think we've come quite far. We have about, I don't know, solid 80-85% of the code base that I have existing moved over. There's not very much left other than just minor logs and minor things. I have one piece that's a kingdom, but I have to actually rewrite that because I wrote it in a very obscene way when I was doing it first. So, if you are sticking around with me, if you're following me, please hit that thumbs up. Let me know that you are enjoying the series so far. Let me know that it's worth it to keep going with this. We're going to be implementing some new features and new things. I might start out tomorrow's live stream with a roadmap where we'll talk a little more intensely about where things are, where we're at. Maybe I'll bring in one of my developers and we'll shoot the shit and talk with him as well. But this is planned to be released by January 25th. That's when I'm releasing the actual game. So I hope to have all of this done and ready and in a production state before then. That gives me roughly a month. So if you want to stick around with me for this this adventure, hit that subscribe button. I'm going to be doing live streams daily as we refactor this, break down the monolith, and bring in microservices. If you want to see all this, maybe listen to me ramble on and talk about my thought process and why I'm doing what I'm doing. Or maybe you just want to sit in the audience, watch me code, shoot, and ask a couple questions. Like, by all means, jump in. I love when people get engaged. It makes me happy. It makes me more engaged in doing things. I might see getting closer to the date. I might do something like, I don't know, I might do a 24-hour live stream. Try to raise a little bit of money maybe for some sort of charity or something, but put in some kind of 24-hour development live stream, I'm thinking. Might be kind of cool. If you think that's something that you'd be interested in watching, let me know. I'll set something up in early January and we'll do a 24-hour live stream of just code. We'll talk about the game design, talk about details, maybe game development, some of the challenges, some of the ways that we have to address this monolithic application. We'll look at maybe talking about how we can achieve some of the same things while not necessarily sacrificing performance. We'll talk about how we can connect to multiple databases. I don't know. We'll figure something out. It'll be kind of fun. Might be exciting. But yeah, I'm gonna wrap this up because it is like a little after 3 in the morning for me. Um, However, I will be back with a part 7 tomorrow, and we will do at least 2 hours of work on this project. We'll break down a few more services. Maybe we'll uh, I should potentially have some logs in my database by then. I'm going to see if I can get some data people online tonight to hop on and see if I can get them to. If I leave that up and if I rerun this again here so I can get my game server online. Then I'm going to get some beta people online to try to play this a little bit overnight. Maybe I might log on tomorrow morning before my live stream and just trigger some things and get some events going. But when we come back tomorrow, we will go into the Discord bot and we will create a slash command inside here. We'll come down here and we will add a slash command in here for reporting bugs. I'll show you right quick. I'll show you right how it's going to be right easy to make it so that we can just iterate over the enumeration of bug types, create subcommands for those, and then we'll request the player to provide their name. At which point, we'll also provide a way for them to then provide a little detailed report on what's going on with their bug. And from there, we'll build a DTO object and fire that off to our backend so that we can put some bugs into our database. That's going to be a lot of fun. Yeah. If you stuck around with me tonight, thank you very much. I really appreciate all of your support, all your loyalty. If you've watched all of these videos so far, by all means, that is amazing. Thank you. It's as if I could thank you. Like, I couldn't thank you enough for your time. Yeah. I will be back tomorrow with another live stream. So have a great night, guys. Keep your coffee cup full, curiosity open, and we'll see you in the future.